Anything that you weren't sure about or like happy that we did?
I feel like you've asked me this same question 4 different ways. Was I surprised about anything? Did anything catch me off guard?
Okay, what was the biggest high?
Was I taken back at how something was supposed to go but didn't end up going? Holy shit.
So Nick doesn't like to learn lessons, and we got married in Virginia. We live in Cincinnati, and I told him this when we first started dating, this whole thing about the equator, and that when you go to the south, you are closer to the equator, so therefore the sun is stronger. You know, science. And every time at the beginning of summer, he ignores that fact and doesn't like to wear sunscreen. And now he's lost probably 8 layers of skin since.
I didn't need it.
Shedding.
Didn't need it.
I've been peeling off layers of his body, and I don't think you've learned the lesson still because you're still not wearing it. He thinks he's stronger than the sun.
I'm stronger than the Cincinnati sun.
That's true.
My entire body is just calloused.
Rough around the edges. We got married, I guess. Now it's been 2 weeks officially.
Mm-hmm.
A little over 2 weeks.
16 days.
And I think ever since we've just been kind of decompressing. So we didn't release a podcast last week just to take a little break. And this week we're going to talk about all of the things that happened at the wedding, our favorite parts, answer some of your questions. And we actually have recordings, messages from our guests that they recorded for us at the wedding. We have not heard them yet. We're going to listen to them with you guys live. So that could be interesting. And yeah. Nick, have you recovered from our wedding 2 weeks ago yet?
From the hangover, yeah.
How much would you say on average you drank at the wedding?
Well, I drank probably 3/4 of a bottle of Weller.
Which is good stuff.
Probably 2 beers. No,
way more than 2 beers.
3 or 4 beers.
Okay.
And maybe like 3 old fashions.
I mean, that's a span of a whole day. Did you guys start drinking in the morning?
No, that's not the span of the whole day. That's just at the wedding.
That was just at the wedding?
Yeah.
Did you guys drink before the wedding at all?
I had 1 drink just to loose it up and to take pictures.
Because when I saw my brother for the first time, he was like checking himself in the mirror and he says, I am way more drunk than I was supposed to be at this point of the day. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys were doing. Maybe when you were taking like solo pictures, they were all getting after
they
it.
were drinking.
Yeah.
I just didn't drink because it was my wedding and I didn't want to be shit bombed.
Yeah. Valid. But a little recap of everything. We got married on May 13th in Cape Charles, Virginia, I'm from Virginia Beach, and there's this little like peninsula of the Eastern Shore right across the bridge. It's like a 45-minute drive from where I'm from. And my parents live there now, and it's just a very small town, a lot of retirees. The town feels like a mix of Schitt's Creek and Gilmore Girls. It's a very small, one little street. Everybody knows each other. Everyone is super nice and kind. Our wedding was at one of the basically 3 venues in the entire area. So it's very small, very quaint. And the thing that we liked about it was that only our wedding was happening at the venue versus like if you were at a big hotel, there'd be like people hanging out there or grabbing dinner there or doing whatever. But our venue was just our venue. There is a family that lives on the property because they operate a full-on wedding venue on their property. It's beautiful. It's right on the water. It's just like little barn, very simple. And it's actually the only venue that we looked at. I mean, I had a vision for what we wanted for the wedding, but I don't know if Nick really cared. He was kind of just like along for the ride. I mean, you liked the venue right away, didn't you, when we first looked at it?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it because I was the only one we went to.
Yeah. That's like one of the few times in my life that I've only had to look at one option. I was very impressed with myself.
The owners of it are really cool too.
Yeah.
Like they were very, very cool. So that made it an easy decision.
The whole place just feels very homey and down to earth and like almost stepping back in time. There's no DoorDash there. There's not really Uber there. All of them things that we've come to know in our modern times, they don't really have that there. So it is kind of refreshing. And my favorite part about it is when you look up at the sky, you can see every single star. It's pretty unique. We love it. So we got there on Monday, and we, as you guys saw from social media, were very much like a DIY couple for the wedding. So we had quite a bit of items that we brought down. Nick, do you want to talk them through everything that you had to pack in your car?
Table numbers.
That you made.
The pots that held the flowers, like the centerpieces. Big marquee letters that spell love. Yeah. And the letter S and N. And then a big welcome sign. And is that it?
I think that's all that you made. And then there was a bunch of other knickknacks. I made menus. I made table setting stuff, just like so many random things. So we had to actually take 2 trips to get everything down. I think the whole point of us DIYing is that both of us somewhat enjoy doing it. It was to save money. I don't think what we realized though, once we were in it, that when you DIY everything, that you're the ones that physically have to deliver everything to the property. I think we bit off a little bit more than we could chew. I don't know if you agree with that statement.
No, I would agree.
So I think it was quite overwhelming. We had like 2 days where we kind of adjusted, got in. We were staying at my parents' for a couple of days before we moved into the house that we were staying at for the wedding. And it was a lot of like dropping stuff off at the venue, we had to buy alcohol for everything, which saved us a lot of money. And what's nice about buying your own alcohol is that you can return it if you don't use it all. But there was a lot of just like running errands. I don't know if it's just our wedding was like that, or if people just don't talk about that sort of thing, that it's kind of a clusterfuck all right up until the day of the wedding. Even on the wedding day, it was a little bit of a clusterfuck. So it was quite overwhelming. I mean, you said this, you don't feel like you got much downtime until like the actual wedding day.
I had 0 downtime.
Yeah.
I hung out with my buddies at the house for 1 day. But even then, it was like we were going to the welcome party later that day.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
We had a welcome party Thursday. It was at the golf course that my parents are members at. Now Nick is officially a member because he married me, which is probably why he was in it for this whole time.
Yeah, I knew that your parents were moving there before
they were moving there, and that they would be members of this golf course. But so Nick's now a member. So Thursday we had that, and I think that was a nice way to jumpstart things because we were able to see most of our guests from the beginning. We had to move it to a bigger venue because a lot more people ended up coming to that than we had planned for. That was nice that we could just get a feel for everyone, say hi to everyone before all the weddings started. I would say if you can throw some sort of a welcome party, it was really nice because then by the wedding, we had pretty much seen everyone except for a few guests that had traveled like later on in the weekend. But I think from the start, we were like, I did not realize how much hosting a wedding actually entails. I mean, we both loved it and enjoyed every second of it, but I think it was pretty tiring. Like we didn't eat the first night.
Yeah.
Nick didn't eat he was on a hunger strike all weekend.
I wouldn't call it a hunger strike. I would call it too preoccupied to even enjoy the food.
Yeah.
What I did eat was really good.
Yeah, we had barbecue for the welcome party. It was delicious. So welcome party was great. It just kind of really set the tone for the weekend. And then Friday, you guys had a golf tournament all day. And then we had a yoga class in the morning Friday. How was the golf tournament? Were you hungover the next morning when you guys were playing golf?
Yeah, violently.
From the welcome party?
Yeah, because I didn't eat anything.
And you drank?
And I drank.
Okay.
And all my friends, I was excited to see all my friends because a lot of them I hadn't seen until the welcome party.
Yeah.
So I was trying to talk to everyone, and I just didn't get a whole lot to eat, and I was drinking a lot, didn't drink any water. Because at any time I tried to go anywhere, either somebody would be just getting to the party and you want to say hi to them, or somebody else pulls you aside and wants you to meet somebody, and it's just God damn, it's so much fun. It's fun. It's just when you sit back and think about it, you don't get time to actually enjoy stuff. You have to be selfish about it and be hey, I gotta go get something to eat. I'll be back.
Yeah, you did. You're a good bored about it where I was like, I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to go eat a burger really fast. Give me a second. But so the welcome party happened, and then the golf tournament, you guys played a 4-man scramble. I think it was nice that you guys got to like get to know each other even more. All the guys played. But
yeah, but we didn't.
But you played kind of separately, didn't you?
Yeah,
that's what I didn't understand.
That's how golf works.
I don't know how golf works.
It's not like everyone plays together.
I thought it was just like one
you
at a
just
time.
play with the 4 people or the 3 other people that you're paired with, which were the same guys. It was my college roommates, my best friends, and same guys we were staying at the beach house with. So, yeah, I mean, you don't, other than like the beginning when everyone's there, like even afterwards, because people are finishing at different times, like we got something to eat and then we left.
Yeah,
because I had to be at the rehearsal dinner immediately.
I was very confused by that. That morning, the girls or whoever wasn't playing golf, we had a yoga class at the venue, and honestly, that was one of my top favorite things of the whole weekend. It was just such a nice way that we were able to come together and do one of the things that I love the most, and it was outside. And there was this, I mean, I haven't even talked to you about the yoga class yet, but the teacher had everyone like, I mean, it's very little like woo-woo, but like send love to me while we were doing the practice where we did like a little meditation. And it was just like, it was kind of emotional. A lot of people were like getting emotional while we were taking class and meditating. It was just such a nice, like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it was just a really special time of like everyone coming together. And just whether I knew the people that were there very well or not, like they might have been other people's wives or people that I hadn't like gotten to know really well yet. But it was just like such a nice little hour that we had. And then from there, I started having to unload everything to the venue, which was it's quite a bit, but we got it done. And then we had the rehearsal dinner that night. I actually really liked the rehearsal dinner because it was only like 50 people. And I feel like we could both relax a little bit more. We actually got to eat that night. And really,
that's because I pulled you into the.
I pulled you into.
No. You said, "Hey, do you want to come look at this? Like, look at the food before people start coming in."
Yeah.
And I said, "Actually, let's eat right now before people start coming in." You're like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Yeah, because you didn't eat anything yesterday.
And my brother came. He like followed us in there. He was like, "Yes, this was so smart. I'm so glad we did this." Because I don't think like even my parents and my brother realize like you're also somewhat hosting as like the family of the bride and the groom. So it was cracking me up because he was like full on hosting. But yeah, we finally got to eat. The food was amazing that night. We had a really cool groomsman cake that you were surprised with. My sister-in-law's mom is a really good baker, so she made our wedding cake and our rehearsal dinner cake, and it was a bottle of Weller turned upside down, like because we also buried the bourbon before the wedding to ward off rain. So it was kind of like a reenactment of that. It was so good. It was funfetti.
It was awesome.
So we're still eating it.
Not anymore.
We've had cake every single day since the wedding. So that night was amazing. I redid my mom's dress, which I'm sure you guys saw on social media, but it was just really special. And the speeches that we had were your dad, which I feel so bad for your dad because I don't think he was prepared to give a speech. I think that was one detail that fell through the cracks where my brother offered to give a speech at the rehearsal, which I was shocked by. And I was like, absolutely that would be awesome. Give a speech. But then I went up to Fred because I just assumed that he knew that he would be giving a speech. I was like, so Nick's gonna go first and then you'll go second for the speeches. We'll probably be doing that in the next like 20 minutes. He was like, I'm giving a speech? What? I was like, oh, I guess we didn't talk that through. Yeah. So throw a speech together in the next 20 minutes. So sorry, but he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
They both did. It was.
I mean, he talks for a living, so.
Yeah, I was not nervous about it. I was like, you're going to be fine. I think it honestly worked out for the best. He was able to do it off the cuff like that. It was more impressive. So that was incredible. My brother had us all dying. My favorite line from his speech was, my sister used to let me hide weed in her closet without me knowing. And then obviously the next day was the wedding. Is there anything from the wedding that you were surprised by or weren't prepared for or anything like that?
Your dad's speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the whole place was surprised by that. I think people thought that I was part of the act, and I was, but I was not in on the act.
Mm-hmm.
Like I took part in the act, but it was like, yeah, I was blown away. I mean, that's the amount of pressure he had to be feeling was something that I don't think I could have done.
So a little backstory. My dad did quite a few surprises the evening of the wedding. He and I had worked on our father-daughter dance a month before. We had together worked on a surprise dance that went off without a hitch. He killed it. And everyone was very surprised because we didn't really tell many people about it. But the other thing that he surprised everyone, including me, with was that one, for his speech, he did a magic trick as his speech, and he had Nick come up and perform it with him. He had done the same magic trick back when he first met Nick via Zoom during the pandemic. He didn't realize he was meeting Nick at the time, but he did a magic trick for him and his friends via Zoom where you put cards in your mouth, like whoever's your assistant, you put your cards in their mouth and you whack the cards and your card will be the last one in your mouth. And he did that with Nick. And I've seen him do that trick many times. My brother was like, he has messed it up once, so I was a little nervous for him. He pulled up Tasha to be his assistant. I was like, what is going on? What is happening? Why is this? What is my dad doing? But it turned out great. And then he surprised everyone with a song. So back during COVID, his New Year's resolution was to learn how to sing. So then I guess him and my brother had practiced this song to surprise everyone because my grandpa at my aunt's wedding surprised everyone and sang Tiny Bubbles. So my brother played the guitar and my dad sang
Elvis, Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
Yeah, it was honestly the most emotional part of the night. And as he started singing, the rain had hauled off all day long. And as he started singing, there was like a big loud thunder noise, and then the rain started. Then it was just like many people were sobbing. It was a lot, but it was incredibly special and very shocking. I was just shocked by how fast everything went during the day. Like, it flew by. I tried to keep taking little moments where I was like, okay, I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to like notice what's going on and like to soak everything in. But from the second I woke up, my mom was like not trying to have moments. She like was banging on my door. I was trying to like meditate in the morning and she was like, I got to get in there. Get up. What are we doing? She was just full tornado in the morning. The whole day, I would say, just was incredible, and everything that I think we had dreamed of and hoped for. We buried the bourbon to help hopefully not have any rain or not have rain during our ceremony, and it honestly was perfect. There was a threat of rain for days. I've never looked at the weather so much in my entire life, but it turned out great, and it didn't start raining until like after everything outside was over. And the rain actually, I think, helped because it made everyone stay in and dance. Okay, so we had a one of those phone guest book thingies because Nick and I, if you don't know the story, we met via Instagram and our relationship started over the phone. So we rented this Feta phone, which is like a vintage phone that they've turned into a rotary. It's really cute. We rented the Duke. So I'll play the message that you heard as a guest, and then we'll go through these messages. God knows what they're going to be.
Hi guys, it's Sydney and Nick.
Leave us a message so we can always go back and relive this day.
Love you. Hi, Terry Locke, wishing love to Sydney and Nick forever
Carrie.
and ever. Happy wedding day.
Our
Hey
host.
Sydney, Nick, it's John Kappa. Sydney, I'm very jealous. I've always had a crush on Nick. He's been my boy toy. Now I'm devastated.
My boy toy.
But no, seriously, awesome ceremony. It was truly incredible. Michelle and I are just so happy for you guys, and we're glad we're kind of in the same neighborhood as you guys and can run into you frequently. If you guys ever need help with anything, please give a call. Love you guys. Bye.
Hi, Nick and Sydney. It's Joey. It is 5:38 on Saturday, May 13th. I'm just calling in regards to the wedding. I guess just call me back. I know, Nick, you have my information. I love you. I love you guys. I think everything is beautiful. I think it is all so amazing. I love you both. You guys look amazing. If you just want to give me a call back, it's 314.
We'll delete his number.
Yeah, you have to bleep that out.
So that's 314. I love you. I love you both. Me and Haley wish you all the best, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Well, okay. All right. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Sydney, Nick, it's Holly, and Alicia.
Ohio.
and Matt is in the bathroom. We love you so much, and your dad just sang a song, and we all sang with you. So good. Oh, sweet. So special. And we just had to say that we're so happy we're here, and we almost missed it, but we got some really good behind the scenes of Sydney in the barn,
They relate
the
to the
Mimosa
ceremony.
barn, and we just love you guys. And Hudson says, congratulations, Cindy. He's forever yours.
Hudson's my first
We
boyfriend.
love you.
Her
So
son.
happy for you.
He's like 8.
And all the best.
Say something in French.
Bon vent. Félicitations.
Félicitations. Mariage pluvieux, mariage...
That's easy.
Mariage pluvieux, mariage...
You know I don't
something.
speak Spanish.
We love you. We love you. Bye.
Love you. Who is this?
Sydney is Aunt Anna, ugly crying aunt, and Uncle Homer.
We love you guys. Hope you have a great time. Being married is so much fun.
Screaming.
He's the cool uncle, and I'm the favorite aunt, even though I ugly cry. We love you, love you, love you.
Did you say
so much
you know
fun
ugly
tonight.
cried?
Yeah, she's the one that was like, I'm
We
crying.
are there for you. We are the biggest rooting team, whatever. Y'all are going to be awesome, and maybe a baby or a baby in the making for Marco's wedding. No pressure. Love you guys.
It's in October, so
Hi, Sydney and Nick. This is the Hummerstones. And we're just
It's their
wishing
daughters.
you a really lovely marriage, and we had such a fun time.
you can hear the
today.
alcohol starting to flow.
We love you both.
Love you guys, and it's so special you saved yourself for tonight's big night. So enjoy your first experience together.
That's true.
the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
It's a big night for us.
It's Madison and Chris. We love you. We're so happy for you, and we hope you the best.
These are my
in your
cousins.
future. We can't wait to
I
celebrate
know.
again.
No, I'm just telling the people.
Hey guys, it's me, Chris. It's a little loud in here, but I love you guys. I wish you nothing but the best in life, and
It just sounds
Nick,
like you're at a
an amazing
club.
man, and Sid, you've been amazing as well. So I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Dude, Chris is the man.
He's
I love that
nice.
dude. He's really nice.
We love you. Bye.
Calling in regards to the wedding, just seeing how everything is going. Again, this is Joey Lux and Haley Lux. Calling in regards to the wedding. We love you. We're happy for you and everything and all that, but just wondering when we're going to get a call back. So if you want to reach us, it's 314.
Oh my god.
You should put their pictures up,
Yeah, I will once they're.
like on the screen. While
Yeah.
Forward to, and I'm a little anxious to hear from you. That's Joey and Haley Lux. Okay,
okay, goodbye.
Hi, Sydney.
It's Holly and Matt.
Again.
Future.
Love you.
From the future.
Party's amazing. The dancing's awesome. We're so happy for you guys. OH!
I-O.
Always remember, you are loved, and you can love. We love you.
Always remember you are loved and you can love.
Hi, guys. It's Aunt Betty and Uncle Mike. We love you, and we think you had the most beautiful day because of your beautiful love.
Life is sweet. Savor every minute. Love you guys. Be good.
I was not.
Hey, Sydney and Nick. Yeah, I've been trying to reach you guys for quite a
that my
long
brother?
time now.
This is to your brother.
You've been parking your car in our driveway for a little too long, you know. You said it was going to be for only 2 weeks, but it's been 6 months now, and we're really going to need you to move that. But anyways, I heard you guys just got married.
Justin and my
That's
brother.
really cool. We love that for you. But yeah, that car's been sitting in the driveway for 6 months. I just want to say, yeah, I know you're so busy with your marriage and you're going to Hawaii and whatever. But yeah, if you guys
Soldier
could
boy in the
clean that
background.
up for me, that would be great. You know, I'm just a phone call away. I've been trying to reach you guys for quite some time now.
Right, sometime.
Yeah, but it's all good.
I feel like
we
it's
love
Justin.
you. I love you so
Yeah.
much. You know that.
No, I think this is my brother, 'cause you said he started off really weird.
I've had some good drinks at your wedding.
kind of sounds like your dad.
Say,
So
you guys look goddamn good tonight. Let me tell you, you're looking like a snack and a half. People are eating that shit up, for sure. But anyways, yeah, congratulations or whatever. Nick, you're pretty cool. I know your pipes were pretty hot that night, but it's all good. We cleared that up, and yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Yeah,
we
I'll see you
cleared that
later.
up.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's Kelsey Krugel. Thank you so much for letting me come to your awesome night. So much fun. I can't wait until we go to the lake next.
Yes.
Hard yes.
Hi, Nick
Accept.
and Sydney. This is Brett. I just want to give a quick, massive thank you to you guys for this week. This week has been absolutely incredible. It's absolutely beautiful out here in Cape Charles. And God, I could not be honestly happier for you guys.
Aw.
And couldn't be happier for you guys. Love you guys. I'm excited for your future. I'm so happy. Me and Kelsey are so happy to be a part of it with all of us here. And I wish you guys the best for the future. Love you guys. And cheers to a good future.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's Joey and Haley again. Still waiting for a call back. Little fucking ridiculous that I have to wait until 10:47 on your wedding night. I've been calling all fucking night. Listen, all we want to say is, and I feel like we haven't had a crowd all night, but all I want to say is that we love you. We miss you. I feel like I haven't talked to you all night. The thing is messing up. I can hear myself now, and I can hear how ridiculous it sounds. But we love you. Miss you so much. I'll be here in about 45 minutes. Okay, I miss you. I love you. Goodbye. Sydney and Nick, it's Andrew and Les. We've had an absolutely phenomenal time this weekend. This week. We've enjoyed celebrating you guys, and we love you guys. I think our one piece of advice, something that Les and I have we've had to learn, is don't avoid the awkward conversations, whether it's about money, jobs, whatever the case may be. Talk about it with each other, solve the problem with each other, and then move on. It's gonna make life a lot easier down the road. So we love you guys. That's our one big piece of advice that we've had to learn how to do in the last 5 years that we've been together, in the last year of marriage. So we love you guys, and we can't wait to celebrate your big night and also
Hammered.
spend time with you guys.
That was a good piece of
Love ya.
advice, though.
That was nice.
See you soon.
Hey, Sydney and Nick, it's Justin. Just wanted to buzz you guys real quick. That was a great dance floor. So stoked to be a part of your celebration, and, I'm just really excited to see what the future holds for you guys. Carmen's crying next to me. Great. Carmen, you're in my voicemail. All right, that's not
I
water.
spilled
I love
water
you
on my
guys.
eyes.
Bye.
Guys, it's Carmen. I fucking love you guys. You guys, whoo, best couple. And I'm grateful to know you, and I'm grateful that I get to, just get a glimpse of your family and just to be a part of it for however long. And love you guys. I'm so happy you found each other. You guys are, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, a beautiful, perfect couple. And Justin's over here this whole
It
thing.
wasn't, dude. I'm not here. I'm gone.
He literally isn't here, but he kind of is here. Okay, and he's now eating a chocolate cupcake. Love you both.
I think
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. Did you hear your dad at all?
He was like, "Hey, Nick and Sydney," and it was beep. "Hey guys, it's Joey again."
He was saying he got cut off, but everyone's was pretty long. So I don't know what kind of. My
I
brother.
think your brother was hoping his got cut off.
He was like, I said some weird stuff towards the. I think the whole time he said at the beginning I was saying some weird stuff, so hopefully it cut me
He was
off.
like, I said to him, I was like, I think it cuts you off after a certain amount of time, and he was like, well, that's not good because I feel like I was starting to figure it out at the end. Like I was starting to have actual thoughts. He's like, so if you're telling me that it cuts me off at the end, I wouldn't even listen to mine.
No, those were perfect. They were all over the place. I think what happened too is because wasn't DJ one too?
Yeah, but
I didn't hear it. I don't know if it worked or not. Originally, the phone was outside at the front of the barn, but because it started downpouring, we had to move it inside, and I think there was no one knew it was there. So these are like just some of those details that just kind of fall through the cracks. I think before we went to the wedding, I was like, make sure we tell the DJ to announce the phone and to record it. But by the day, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, ABBA.
We're here.
Play ABBA now.
So one thing that we really were adamant on was the music needed to be incredible. And we described it to the DJ as a 2000s prom. And honestly, he knocked it out of the park. Knocked out
we
of the
said
park.
like 2009, 2010 prom.
With some throwbacks.
Because we graduated, obviously, in 2010.
Yeah.
So.
But the highlight of the night was when you requested ABBA.
Yeah. I did it for David. I was like, ABBA.
You play ABBA.
I was so drunk. But I managed to get those 4 letters out of my mouth. ABBA.
And then when they asked you which one, you go,
Chiquita.
It was the anthem. Would you do anything differently, Nick?
I would have rented all the bullshit. All the things I would have rented that I had to make.
Yeah.
I would have forked the money over.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn. I wish I would have just been able to relax a little bit more. Like I kept telling myself like I just need to get to the wedding week and I'll be good. Like I just need to get down there so I can relax. But it was everything but relaxing. Like it was gotta go get the alcohol and it's at 3 different stores. Gotta get all that and then we gotta get all the alcohol to the venue, which your parents did an amazing job getting all that stuff over there. All the stuff that we unloaded at their house. Like I didn't even
It was me and my mom.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure your dad got us sandwiches, so
yeah, he did get us sandwiches.
He did his part for sure. Plus he funded the things.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but it was just there was a lot of things that I didn't anticipate taking longer or as long as they did. I guess I just wasn't thinking like I just thought like I'm just going to show up and I just got to chill till the wedding day. Like at night I have obligations cuz I'm going to the welcome party and then the next day the rehearsal dinner and then Saturday's the wedding. So like those are the only things I really need to like be a part of. Other than that, I'm chilling on the beach. That was the opposite of what I did.
Yeah. I was at the house for maybe like a full, just to sleep pretty much is when I was at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's hard. I feel like there's not really much more that you can do instead of like paying a bunch more money to have people do it for you. So it's just kind of is what it is. Best parts of the day. Mine for me, obviously, was that first moment that we saw each other. So we had this like little funny discussion on one of the podcast episodes recently where we were like, maybe we try not to talk to each other all day long, like no texting, no anything, because we're not doing a first look, like let's go all the way. And we joked about it, but I don't think we fully were like, well, we're not talking the next day, but neither of us sent like the good morning text. So then it was like, I guess we're not doing it. It was really weird to not talk to you in the morning.
I told you.
It was super weird. But I do think it made that moment even more dramatic.
Yeah.
When we first saw each other. When did the crying start for you?
The crying?
The crying, yeah. You cried. You cried when we walked and I walked down the aisle.
I did not cry.
You cried. Let's be real.
The crying started when I first saw Mila walk down the aisle, my niece.
She's our niece. Girl. Our niece now.
I didn't cry then, but I was like starting to tear up because she did such a good job. And she looked like this the whole time though.
Stone cold.
Just like staring like the 1,000-yard stare. She looked shell-shocked.
She walked really slow, didn't she?
She was just like...
At the rehearsal, she ran down the aisle, and then on the actual day, she like took one step at a time. She took the entire song.
She went real slow.
Dropped 3 pedals. It was perfect.
But she did good. Like she did awesome. She did exactly what she needed to do.
Yep.
I'm slurring my words like I'm hammered. What the hell?
And then
my sister walked down the aisle, and that one tore me up a little bit. I don't know why. I don't see my sister in dresses very often.
Yeah, she looked hot.
She looked very good. She's jacked right now.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, she looked really good. and she's just, I mean, it's my little sister. If I would have looked at my brother next to me, which I didn't, like, I probably would have started crying.
Yeah.
My parents walking down the aisle, that, you know, mostly because of the song that was playing.
It was
it was the
from
Forrest Gump, like,
the
theme
Feather
song.
song
Yeah. That one.
on the violin.
But yeah, obviously then when you came around the corner, like, it took no time at all. I like looked down for a second to like try to like collect myself and like stop myself from crying. And then I looked back up and you didn't cry at all coming down the aisle.
I didn't.
It pissed me off
I held it
because
together.
the whole week you're like, I got to make sure you cry. I got to make sure you cry.
I know.
And then I looked at Carmen.
Yeah.
I don't know
my
why.
brother's girlfriend.
Yeah, I looked at your brother's girlfriend, Carmen. Like I locked eyes with her and she was crying and I was like, don't you? And then I broke down just because like Carmen's awesome.
When I see someone crying, I cry.
Yeah.
But by the time I got to you, you weren't really like bawling.
I feel like if I can say one thing about this week, that it has brought me a lot closer to like I wasn't able to get really close to Carmen or your brother.
Yeah.
But we got to hang out with those two like this week and like couldn't ask for a better brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's awesome. His girlfriend Carmen's amazing. They're a great couple. Like, and I think just like knowing that she has kind of been there throughout the entire week with us and kind of gone through the emotions with us and like the last minute planning, like to see her break down, I was like, and then I like glanced down the line and like saw my brother and your brother and I was like, God.
It was intense.
And then Mike put his hand on me.
Mike
like,
was our officiant.
Yeah, he put his hand on my back. And then I was just kind of like, all right, well, I guess I'll let it go.
He said that he could feel your very intense energy from like putting his hand on your back, and it made him like a little emotional. Or when he started
got a
talking,
little, like, weak in the knees.
He got a little froggy when he first started talking.
Who gives us? We were talking about the office this week. He was telling basically our entire sales team about it, and he was like, "I got froggy. I got a toad in my throat." Who gives us bridal roll?
I was surprised I didn't like bawl my eyes out, but I think it was just
I
like
am
so
too.
happy. I started crying when Brittany did the reading. My really good friend did the first reading, which was about like the hands of your partner, and it was so good. And I started bawling, and then I tried to keep it together. And there was little like gnats flying at your face, and I felt like a cow, like
Yeah, that was
trying to not
if I could
swat them
change
away.
anything.
It would be the gnats.
It would have been a fight. It would have been a insect net.
Things that you definitely recommend weren't worthwhile. I definitely recommend not doing a first look. I think that was really special. And we got plenty of photos. We got plenty of photos. If you have a great photographer, it's fine to not have a first look. I think the only time it matters is when you have daylight savings and sunsets earlier.
Yeah, I would say number one, obviously, you know how I feel about Kate.
Our photographer.
Yes, I would take a bullet for her.
She's amazing.
She's awesome.
She's the Citrus Collection in Cincinnati if you're looking for an incredible photographer.
The reason I love her so much is because she gets us in and out
Mm-hmm.
when we do. That was the whole reason Kate pulled the same move that I did, sliding into your DMs, didn't she?
Yep. That's how we met.
Of course, you were in the phase where like you were taking any and all
I was accepting all
free photography
transactions.
sessions. I think you told her.
She was nervous the first time meeting us, and that's why she was so fast.
Well, she was nervous meeting you.
You're pretty intimidating.
No. Or no. I think you told her that like Nick does not like photo shoots. So like, because I think I specifically told you like, tell the photographer I'm not going to be out here all day.
Yeah, I think
Like
I probably
20
did.
minutes.
I usually warn people.
So, and that's exactly what she did. She got us out in like 15 minutes.
That was fast.
The pictures came out amazing. And like from that moment on, I was like, I will never take another picture unless it is with Kate.
She's our photographer for life.
And our videographer. Like, so here's what I would definitely recommend. Get a videographer like ours.
Yeah, he's Film and Flourish on
Film
Instagram.
and Flourish, yeah.
He's in Virginia.
And get somebody like him who's straight up just going to be like, hey, I'm not trying to take you away from like these moments, the moments that you're going to have tonight. Like, just be yourself. I'll film whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to ask you to do any crazy things. I don't want to like take away from your day. Just, I want it to be authentic as possible.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not going to ask you to like twirl her around or like do weird stuff. Just like be yourself. And I was like, thank God, man. That's perfect.
He set up just like 20 cameras and was just like constantly
He was
running around.
sweating. Like
Sweating.
he was
He
working
had
his
drone
ass
in the
off.
air. He had
Yeah.
like 20 cameras on the ground. It was crazy to watch. He only asked us one time to like do a spin. And the other time he was just background running around. It was awesome.
He grabbed us one time.
Literally
And
one.
it was like right after dinner.
Yeah.
And we had a break, so I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
After that was it. He was awesome. Continues to be awesome.
Yeah.
Every time he puts out a little sneak peek, they're so good.
Yeah, I highly recommend a videographer. A lot of people like cut that because of cost, but I mean, it's been so fun to be able to like watch everything back. Also, one thing I would recommend is if you have a coordinator, give her your phone or him. And she took so many like little photos and videos that I have all on my phone. My phone is ridiculously full of stuff. So I'm able to like relive everything immediately. So that was really cool to have. What is the most surprising expense of the wedding? I don't know. The only thing I would say is that make sure you get all of your invoices before the wedding instead of after, because we've had to run into a little issue with trying to get an invoice and then we didn't get it until after and it was double what we thought it would be. And so that's a problem. So just make sure you have all your ducks in the row beforehand. Everything is, costs what it does, but you can negotiate. You can find different options. It's definitely a way to make it work. Because I feel like we pushed our budget up more than what we thought originally, but I do feel like we were also in a good range of how much money we spent. Like definitely not, and we didn't spend as much as like I feel like a lot of people end up spending on weddings because our venue was pretty like low key. Anything that you weren't sure about or like happy that we did?
I feel like you've asked me this same question 4 different ways. Was I surprised about anything? Did anything catch me off guard?
Okay, what was the biggest high?
Was I taken back at how something was supposed to go but didn't end up going? Fuck, dude.
Okay, well, peak and pit of the wedding. Go for it. Okay, we did it. But I don't think we did peak.
Peak is Chiquita.
Chiquita by ABBA.
That was...
Peak was my dad's, all of his performances and how much he put into everything.
I think the pit for me was none of it. None of it.
It felt perfect to me. Like everything I wanted to feel like.
Yeah, my shirt was ruined. That's about it. I'm not going to wear it again anyway.
Because you're sweating?
Plenty. No, because your makeup is all over it.
Sorry. Had to last all day. I think one other question was like, did we stay together all night? And no, I think a lot of people recommend, like I see this a lot on TikTok, that like you should be glued to each other's hip at the wedding. We were doing our own things pretty much. We came together like in the right moments, obviously, and like danced together. But it was great because he was able to like man the crowd and talk to everyone, where I got to like live my dreams and dance my heart out all night long. And then we would come together on like the highlights of the night. So, I mean, do what works best for you. But I feel like we were able to like host the wedding better by not staying together the entire time. Yeah. Was it the best day of your life? Because a lot of people say it's going to be the best day of your life.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And then the one question I also got was, are you sad it's over? Do you have like wedding blues or anything? And because of how much we put into it and how much like work we put before the wedding to make the wedding happen, I would not go back and do any of it over again, because everything just really lined up perfectly, like from the rain to who was there, and everything just felt like very magical and only was able to work the way it did on that day in that moment. So there's nothing I would change because it was our wedding. I mean, obviously there's things that happen with a wedding. Like we had a sparkler exit that got cut immediately. And I was like, whatever, at this point, I don't even care, because it was downpouring. But because it was downpouring, everyone had to stay on the dance floor, and people were like losing their minds and running out into the rain and dancing. And it was really cool just to see everyone was like there for us and there to celebrate and there to like have a good time. I feel like everyone was like in it, which I couldn't ask for more. So I'll do some like more Q&As and like link stuff and all that stuff on Instagram as far as the wedding goes. I have a few more questions that I'll answer on social media, but we are recording on Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day to everyone. And thank you for those that have served, who continue to serve, or any of the military. Nick's wearing his patriotic shirt. My aunt and uncle have a foundation. It's called Children of Fallen Patriots, where they help families of service men and women that have passed in the military, and they help send kids to college, provide them with scholarships, all kinds of great stuff. So it's
educational counseling.
Educational Counseling. It's a great foundation if you are looking for somewhere that you want to donate. They have an amazing foundation, and if not them, someone else.
And they're awesome people.
Yeah. My aunt and uncle, they do a lot of really great things and help a lot of people. They've sent like thousands of kids to college, and thousands of kids have graduated from their program. So it's really awesome what they do. Mm-hmm. So happy Memorial Day. And then I guess to wrap this, I guess I've been thinking about this. No, I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't want to get emotional, but I got back from the wedding, and I feel like what happens with like transitions and really big life events like that, you kind of evaluate how you want to move forward after that. I've been loving doing podcasting. I've done it for 3 years now. I've had a lot of ups and downs with it. I'm sure if you've been here for a while, you can understand that, from having different hosts with me to having different podcasts and all of the stuff. And I've put in a lot into it, but I feel like at this point we were reaching a turning point where Nick and I were going to like go full force and rebrand and do full throttle and do a whole thing. But right now it's feeling just like Dixie's coming here to console me. It's feeling like I
don't think that's what she's doing.
down cinnamon.
Down cinnamon.
Down.
Come here.
I felt like I was at a crossroads where I was going to either like put everything into this and keep going and keep trying at it, or end it here. And I'm not saying that this is going to be like the end. I'm like a never say never kind of person, but it did feel like it was the right time to put a pause on the podcast and put my energy into other avenues. I don't know what those are at the moment. So
motherhood.
If I'm not pregnant yet, so don't jinx me. But yeah, I just kind of reevaluating where I want to put my energy. I put a lot of it into this, and I originally went into podcasting to hopefully help people out there. That's why I loved them so much, because I used to listen to them when I was feeling like I needed a friend from afar or something I needed to hear, which is why I originally went into podcasting. So I hope that in these past 3 years that I have done that for any one of you or some of you.
These trying times.
Thank you for being here for an episode, for 30 minutes of an episode, for the whole 2 seasons or many seasons that we had.
Or just the clips.
You know? The clips are great. I will definitely miss it, but it feels like I need to make a shift, and it feels like the right time to do that. So it is bittersweet, but this will probably be the last one that we'll have, if not for a while, altogether. But I just want to say thank you for anyone that's pressed play over the past few years who has been here for that, for me, for listening to us. I have loved it. And yeah, I don't want to get emotional, but just thank you. Nick, anything you want to say?
You piss off. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I never intended on being like a co-host or anything like that. Well, for one, you couldn't even call what I was doing a co-host. You basically brought things to the podcast for me to get pissed off about. Like I knew what was going on. Okay, not an idiot, but yeah, I mean, it's been fun. Like I said, I never intended on doing this. Yeah, it was a good time. Had some laughs. I want to miss doing it.
Yeah. I'll miss it too. I need to put my energy elsewhere. I don't know where that is yet. But I am in search of it. So I'll keep you guys updated as always on social media. But this just felt right. So again, thank you. I love you. And I'll see you guys around. The episodes will still stay live if you want to go back and listen to any of them or share them with someone. That's what we were all about, is sharing. So we'll continue to share in other ways. I'll continue to do things to annoy Nick on social media.
Good to know. What the hell?
But for now, it won't be here. But yeah, thank you guys. That's all for now. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.